Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're talking about the premiere episode of Stargirl. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I am your host, Brent. Today we're going to be talking about the premiere episode of Stargirl. This is airing on CW as well as on DC Universe. I watched it on DC Universe. It was about 51 minutes, and if you're a TV show, usually you're cutting it down to like 44, 43 minutes. So I'm willing to bet that the CW version, if it's streaming on the CW app, which it might be like a few minutes short of what is on the DC Universe streaming platform. First things first, this show looks intensely different from anything else you've seen on the CW before for their superhero shows, even their regular shows. This is shown in like a widescreen format, you know, the anamorphic widescreen where your TV is going to be letterboxed, even though it's a TV show, which I kind of find ridiculous. But I feel like all the DC Universe shows are doing that, which is weird. It's like, you're a fucking TV show. Come on, just shoot it in 16:9, but whatever. This is also shot very dark, very similar to Swamp Thing, which I watched and reviewed last week. So there were still times when I was watching this, even though she's holding a bright, glowing rod, and I was watching this during the day today, it felt like the show was dimmed down to the lowest extent possible just so that you could see that bright, glowing rod. And I'm sorry. If you're going to be the DC Universe streaming app and you're going to broadcast, you know, and say 4K HDR 5.1 in the top, you know, top line of your streaming app, then fucking have a presentation that screams HDR. This glowing staff should be like the brightest thing on the screen at all times, but it's not because they've like, I don't know, color coded or dim this thing down to such a level that it's almost barely glowing sometimes. Even you can tell it's glowing, but everything else is so dark. Like, you should be able to see, this should be lighting up the entire dark basement that this cosmic staff is first found in. If this thing were actually glowing, like, the entire basement would be gold. Like, can we go for a little more realism in these things? I hate these dark shot shows. So hopefully, with the move that it's a younger audience and Stargirl, maybe we move more into like the daytime sort of stuff, or maybe an evening type shot where she's fighting bad guys instead of the pitch black, super dark stuff that we've been getting. I don't want to have to watch all my freaking TV shows here in the man cave in pitch black dark, which right now it's like we're entering summer, so it's not going to get dark until like 8:30. And normally I do it after my kids go to bed as well, so I guess caveat is it doesn't really matter. But still, I should be able to binge something in the middle of the day, you know, in between phone calls or while writing a document or something, and not have to be like, oh my gosh, this thing is so dark, I can't see anything. My pet peeve, I know I talked about it on Swamp Thing a lot. Anyway, so this show looks visually different from any of these other CW shows. The other thing you're going to notice is the quality of the cast. You got Amy Smart in there as Stargirl's mom. You've also got Luke Wilson. He's the guy from Legally Blonde, not the one from Shanghai Nights. He's not the guy from Zoolander. This is the brother, you know, of the blonde-haired Wilson. Anyway, so he's there. So you've got more of a, I guess, top-quality actor than you do any of the other DC Universe shows. Even though they have actors that are very good, they're not necessarily the top actors around or have ever been in their lifetime, if you know what I mean. So this is a little bit better caliber, I feel like, you know, getting movie actors to do TV rather than like some unknown or a stage actor or something like that. So we'll see where it goes, but it's pretty good. You have a newcomer, Bessinger, playing Stargirl. She's kind of like, she looks very young. I don't know how old she is, but she's kind of like Hayden Panettiere 10 years later kind of thing. This is the vibe I got. Very young looking face, like curly blonde hair, full of energy, full of youth. And the nice thing about this show, she actually looks like a teenager instead of what they usually do, which is hire some 23-year-old to play 16. Riverdale, case in point, right? So I like the fact that she looks very young, and it seems like they're going to have a young cast around her to fill it out with her these other superheroes that are going to pop up. So what immediately will grab you about this episode, if you're a comics fan, is the first opening 10 minutes. I liken it to the first 5 minutes of the Bumblebee movie, where you had the classic Transformers in all their glory with the correct designs that you wanted from the beginning from those movies. In this premiere, you have the JSA, all the adult characters with their correct designs, looking in pretty cool costumes for what they can do. Battling, I don't know if it's the Injustice League or Injustice Gang. They're battling Mind Wave, I think, Brainwave, and Icicle. Solomon Grundy makes an appearance, and when they said Grundy and he starts running after the guys, I was like, whoa! They don't show you they don't show him all the way, but he's there with edge-lit shot from the back during a chase scene, which was very cool. And it looked a little bit better than King Shark on Flash, even though King Shark does look very good quite often on Flash. There's a flying car here. You have Starman, which is played by the guy from Community, Joel McHale. You might have recently seen him on the Tiger King Zoom video where he's interviewing all these people, and you're like, why does Joel McHale do this? He'll do anything for money. But I enjoy him, and I think that's why he's funny, because he'll just do anything. He says yes to everything. And he usually makes it funny. He does a pretty good job here being this cocky, pompous Starman, and bringing Stripesy, which is Luke Wilson, bringing him down a little bit when he gives him the cosmic staff and says, take this. Only Starman can handle it, but it won't be you. Not you. Anyone but you. As he's kind of fading away there. So that's kind of the opening of the show, and then we flash forward to, Stripesy, Luke Wilson, his name is Pat Dugan in the show, moving his family from California, Los Angeles to Nebraska. And there's, I guess, going to be an ongoing mystery of the show of why he moved them from Nebraska. Because when we get there, we also see that Brainwave is also there. And he's also in touch with Icicle, which I don't know the actor's name, but I just recognized him instantly from the Blade TV series, where he was playing Van Sciver, who's now an actual comics villain instead of, a villain in the show. It's a reference some of you may not get. No big deal. But anyway, that actor is playing Icicle. I don't know what he's done in the last 15 years, but I recognized him instantly. Let's see if we can get Jill Wagner back as well. But anyway, so it seems like there's something going on in Nebraska that they're all searching for, and Stargirl finds a rod and has an encounter with who ends up being the son of one of these villains, and then the episode kind of ends, a little bit later after that. So she doesn't get the costume in this episode, but from all the shots that I've seen, it looks like the costume is well done, to say the least. It's very well done compared to the last 2 times we've had Stargirl in one of these CW shows. So the first time, and I'm going to put it up here next to me, is Stargirl from the Smallville. There was 2 episodes in one of these seasons, over 10 years ago, where Stargirl showed up as part of the JSA, and they gave her this giant mask, and she had this midriff bearing thing, and the cosmic staff just looks weird. The next thing you're going to see is Stargirl from, I think it's Legends of Tomorrow, because I saw Mari next to one of these people in one of these other screenshots. So this is maybe the 40s version of Stargirl, I think, if I can remember. So maybe this is season 1, season 2 kind of stuff of Legends. But also there, it's pure cloth outfit. They're not taking it very seriously. Whereas it looks like Stargirl, my guess would be, well, we'll have to see in the next episode, is making her outfit out of the leftovers of Starman's outfit. Because that is, they find it in Pat Dugan's basement and stuff like that. So that would be my indication. Or it's the same fabric, something like that. Looks very similar in terms of texture. And what she's going to end up wearing is going to be this kind of rubbery texture looking thing, similar to what Henry Cavill's wearing in Man of Steel, or Brendan Routh wore during the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing when he returned as Crisis Superman. So I think that's a very good indication in terms of costume design and like the money they're putting behind this show. They're really trying hard to make this show a success and look very good and very different from anything else on the CW. So does this take place in the Arrowverse, as they like to call it? Probably not. That's totally fine with me. Let's keep it separate. Keep it simple. Even though, like, if you watch the Crisis crossover, you know that technically they're all in the same universe, just on different Earths. But I don't think we're going to be seeing Stargirl in a crossover anytime soon. And that's fine. Overall, I like the show. I think I'm going to keep going with it. It's got this kind of youthful thing, the same way that Supergirl did in its first season, which I really liked. And I think it's going to be interesting. So hopefully it can keep my attention long enough to watch it week to week. This is a week-to-week release, I guess, because they're also airing it same day on CW as when it comes out on the app. Like, this premiered Monday morning, and then it was airing that night on the CW. So you can watch it either of those two ways. So anyways, I rather enjoyed it. Thumbs up for me. Let's see where we go from here. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you thought of the Stargirl premiere. We will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.